Hello friends, welcome to Nifty option chain analysis. So before we start our option chain analysis, let's see what has Nifty done today. So as we can see over here, Nifty opened around at 11,556 and within a 15 minute Nifty made today's high that was around at 11,593. So as this particular price, we can see Nifty faced a resistance. Reason being, if we see yesterday's chart over here, we can see there was a resistance at the strike price around 11,590. So we can see over here, Nifty tries to break this resistance three times in the 5 minutes candle chart, but Nifty couldn't sustain, and finally the downfall started. And we can see at till 11:15, Nifty went till 11,506. But as we have discussed yesterday, 11,500 is going to be our strong support. So we can see Nifty over here couldn't break this, and Nifty started the uptrend. As you can see over here, I have already drawn an uptrend over here, but at finally two, Nifty break this particular uptrend line, and finally if we see over here, Nifty started again the downfall, and finally Nifty made today's low that was around at 11,500, but it couldn't break that 11,500, which was a strong support. And finally Nifty closed at 11,512. So now let's go to option chain and we'll try to find out support and resistance for the 30th of September on Monday. So I have already opened the Nifty option chain. Let's see what we have at the as it is closed on 11,512. We will start our study at 11,500. First of all, we'll study the puts and we'll try to find out support, and then we'll study the calls to find out the resistance. So let's see what we have at 11,500. See, over here we can see that net change is 5 plus 5, and the change in open interest is almost 1.5 lakh contracts, and cumulative open interest is almost 12 lakh contracts. As we can see over here, the change in open interest is not a huge amount, and if we see the difference between change in open interest and cumulative open interest, it's a big difference. It means the traders who have already sold the contracts, or put writers or put sellers who sold the contracts at the strike price 11,500, they have not unwind their position. They are still in the trade. They are thinking that Nifty can sustain above the strike price 11,500. Now if we see further down at strike price 11,400, then we can see the net change is minus zero point 0.6, and the change in open interest is almost 3 lakh contracts, and cumulative open interest is 11.5 lakh contracts. And it means the put writers or put seller sell the contracts at the strike price 11,400. Reason being, they feel that 11,400 is going to be a strong support. And if we further see down at 11,300, we can see the net change is minus 1.15, and the change in open interest is 3.4 lakh contracts, and the cumulative open interest is almost 9.9 lakh contracts. So after studying these three strike price, we can see that highest cumulative open interest is at strike price 11,500. So 11,500 is going to be our strong support. Now if we see at 11,400, then we can see the put writers or put sellers are selling the contracts at 11,400. Reason being, we can see the highest change in open interest is at strike price 11,400. It means 11,400 is going to be a very strong support for 30th of September. So now let's see the calls and we'll try to find out resistance for 30th of September. So let's see what we have at 11,500. Over here we can see that change in open interest is almost 3.1 lakh contracts, and the cumulative open interest is 9.1 lakh contracts. And as the net change is minus 43, it means the call writers or call seller sold the contracts at the strike price 11,500. Now, if we see further down at 11,400, then we can see that change in open interest is only 63,000 contracts, and the cumulative open interest is 4 lakhs. It means the call writers are not happy to sell the contracts at this strike price 11,400. Reason being, they still think that Nifty will sustain above the strike price 11,400. So after studying puts and calls at strike price 11,400, we can see that 11,400 is going to be a very strong support for 30th of September. And now if we see above side of 11,500, then if we see at 11,600, we can see the change in open interest is almost 1 million records. That is a big number of contracts. And if we see the cumulative open interest, that is a 20 lakh contracts, and as the net change is minus 35, it means call writers or call seller sold the contracts in a huge number at the strike price 11,600. So after studying these three strike price 11,400, 500 and 600, we can see that the first resistance is going to be 11,500, and in case if Nifty break this resistance 11,600 is going to be a very strong resistance for 30th of September. And if we see at further down 11,700, the change in open interest is 6 lakh contracts and the cumulative open interest is 15 lakh contracts. But as we can see, the highest change in open interest, it is at strike price 11,600. So we can see that 11,600 is going to be a very strong resistance for 30th of September. So after studying this option chain analysis, if we want to bound the Nifty in a range, then according to my analysis, it is going to be 11,400 to 11,600. Now, if we see the Nifty at daily chart over here, then we can see that last candle of 27th of September, which is open, the high and low of the Nifty is in between the previous day candle, that is of 26th of September. So this is a bearish harami pattern which indicates a negative trend in the Nifty. So it means that Nifty can go further down of this last traded price. So last close traded price was 11,500. So as it is a bearish harami pattern, so Nifty can go further down. But again, I am telling that this is just my analysis. Just do your own analysis before making any trade. So this is just a probability that Nifty can go further down. So thank you friends for watching this video, and if you like it, please subscribe our channel and hit the like button. Thank you friends.